What's up everybody, it's Cam and welcome back to another video today. We're going to be reviewing Hulvey's album, Could Be Tonight. Now Hulvey is one of those artists that has become one of the top guys in Christian hip hop. And I wouldn't say that it's happened overnight. Since joining Reach Records in 2019, the Brunswick, Georgia product has released a few different projects, with each one seemingly building off one another in quality, acclaim, and popularity. This all felt like it came to a climax in his 2024 album, Cry, which in my opinion is one of the greatest Christian hip-hop albums, period. It's an incredible album in which I hope to do a full-length review sometime in the future. To follow up this incredible album that was Cry a couple years ago, the question from there was, what will Hulvey do next? And so now we get that answer. This album, Could Be Tonight, feels like it kind of came out of nowhere with an announcement from an Instagram letter that the album was imminent and that it would actually be his last one with Reach Records. So there's the hype, it's there. Folks are ready for this. And then we follow that with some singles, Rooftop, Automatic, Dave, which were dropped in the coming months after that announcement. And then the album finally came out April 17, 2026. And the product that we get, in my opinion, is an ambitious 20 tracks from an artist who knows his voice and his importance in an ever-changing, ever-growing subset within a greater industry that is hip-hop. It's confident, it's grand, the scale of this thing is huge, it feels very cinematic. But with all that, that comes in lieu of some other things that made an album like Cry so great. I think we miss an accessibility, lyrically and sonically. Hulvey here tries to do so much, with many of the tracks having multiple beat switches and a plethora of soulful string samples, going for this maximalist sound. It's like listening to a movie soundtrack. It sounds big and polished, but it's lacking a relatability and a vulnerability. It feels calculated to an extent. Songs like Young Rulers and Down, they have what I would call the ESPN bumper effect. Songs that would play on ESPN when they are going to a commercial break. It's inoffensive, it's upbeat, sounds fine, but it really doesn't move me at the end of the day. The track Dave, it's not that bad, but it just doesn't sound fresh. And the theme of dancing like David over a 2013 DJ Mustard beat, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth for some reason. And I really don't want to hear anything about taking a bath with or without your wife, bro. Throughout the album, Hulvey uses this tagline, Holy Spirit speak through me, which I think is admirable, but it becomes pretty redundant after a while, especially when the music's not really hitting for me. That's not to say the content isn't authentic or even aligned with that sentiment. In fact, I appreciate that he touches on some of his own struggles with an OCD diagnosis and battling mental health issues while being a father and a husband. But for me, a lot of these songs just don't stick the landing for me. But if I'm talking about things I do appreciate, some of the songs I really like are the ones where we can slow down, truly focus on some lyrics and vocal performance, not worry too much about a beat switch or another dusty drum fill. One of those tracks is Heroes, which is a beautiful ode to praying for the people that inspire you. Hulvey raps about growing up feeling left off the team, but looking up to who would eventually become his mentor and boss, Lecrae. It's a touching moment in which he also talks about his wife's impact on his life, as well as those who now look up to him. That's one of the tracks that really captures what I think makes Hulvey great at times. Another one is Forever Shine, which is an irresistible, triumphant banger that is the closer for the album. I love the themes here of waiting in hope for Christ while experiencing the highs and lows, the kingdom being now and still coming, some of the hardships that come with that. And so while there are some highs that remind me of why I personally enjoyed Hulvey's previous work so much, there is so much here that I also don't feel inclined to return to. So while Hulvey sounds as ambitious as ever, it's also possible to be doing too much here, which makes for a cluttered listening experience. So with that being said, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10, and I'm still really intrigued to see what Hulvey does next away from Reach Records, while still being one of Christian music's top acts. Let me know what you think about this album. Give me some of your favorite tracks, things that you disagree with in this video. I'm sure there are some. And let me know what you think. What should I review next? I'll see you next time.